What's up, Ende? What's up, Rasa? I want to talk about a crazy thing happening today, and that is soccer or football, the World Cup, right? Everybody is pretty upset. The whole world really is upset because of something that happened involving the U.S. soccer team, the men's soccer team, and involving FIFA, which is something I've talked about on this channel before. And I talked about the scandals, I talked about the dark side of FIFA and how it's not the game, but rather the people who run these multi-billion-dollar and even trillion-dollar agencies, corporations, etc., and how corrupt they've been and how bad they are. But now they've taken it to another level because something happened over the weekend that has a lot of people upset, and that is that Trump stepped in to and this is not new, by the way. But Trump steps in and complains, and he meddled with FIFA. He called the head of FIFA, and as a result, the U.S., whose star player in this case, Balogun is his last name, he's a Nigerian black man who was born in the United States because his mother had a preemie, basically had a preemie in New York. She couldn't get on the plane back to, I think it was, I think they were living in London. They grew up in London, at least he did. So they were forced. He was forced to stay. Was born in Brooklyn 24 years ago. Nothing wrong with that, right? That happens a lot, right? The irony here, Trump is trying to get rid of people, and here this person is born in New York, uh, and now is playing for the United States. So this guy is a great player, but he gets a red card. And for those of you who don't know about soccer, a red card is kind of like the harshest punishment you can get if you're a soccer player. I mean, if you're a basketball player, football player, right? In college football, for example, you can't lead with the head. It's called targeting. If you do that, and they look at that slow motion or not, you are out of there. You automatically you are out of there. It's to protect people. And soccer or football has similar rules. So he gets a red card. This guy Balagoon, and he gets the red card, and rarely ever has a red card ever been reversed. Some of the best players have received red cards, and all countries know that you gotta go with it. You gotta be fair to everybody. In this case, you can't show favoritism, because if you reverse it, if you listen to somebody, and there's no evidence to prove it, there's no reason, then it's going to upset a lot of people because it's going to show favoritism, and that's my point. So I'm going to give you two reasons why. One, the United States is cheating, and two, why Donald Trump did this. Why? And why does it matter on a worldwide schedule, or at least a worldwide platform? Why does this matter, right? Well, it matters because money's involved, prestige is involved, and Donald Trump is a narcissist. He is a narcissist, everybody. We should know this by now. You don't know what a narcissist is? Look it up. It's a medical term, psychological term, meaning all you care pretty much is about yourself and nobody else. And you could be a narcissist to the level of killing people because that's all you care about. There's other identifying factors like psychopath or sociopath, right? And he's that too. But yeah, he is a actual narcissist, and all he cares about is his image and his money. Those two things: his image and his money. So why does Trump go to bat for a black man born in the United States, who he just recently tried to get the Supreme Court to agree with him that he would not have been a citizen? How does Donald Trump get up after saying that and backing up white supremacy all these years, from the white supremacist march that just happened this weekend, where his own administration won't condemn it, right? Where if you go back to his first term, and the white supremacist rally that happened, I believe, is in South Carolina, or happened in the South, where there was people killed, and he said there was fine people on both sides, where there was white supremacists marching around talking about blood and soil, and Jews will not replace us, and white supremacists who outright just came out because they felt emboldened by Trump, right? Why would he defend a black man, of all things, a black man who doesn't even live in the United States? Well, it's because of money and prestige. Again, image and prestige. He wants to be seen as the all powerful, right? And it's a narcissistic trait where you don't care about people. You have no principles. It's about you, right? It's about you. It's how good you look. Well, it's also how good the United States looks in this case. He wants to go down in history as the most popular president, the best president, right? The toughest president. And in this case, if he would have any beliefs, he would have, gone against this guy because he didn't want him here in the country in the first place. But no, he wants to appear as this powerful man, and in many cases, he's going to get away with it because he calls up the FIFA, the head. That's the person who's in charge of all this. And if you all remember from a previous video I did, FIFA is the organization that puts on the World Cup, the games. They gave him a fake peace prize because Donald Trump did not get the actual peace prize, right? The real Nobel Peace Prize that people gotten for years. Even as corrupt as that gotten, they wouldn't give him the peace prize. He had to get a fake peace prize from FIFA, who created a peace prize. It didn't exist until they gave it to him. And back then, I pointed out that there's a reason why they did this because they've never done this, right? And what it has to do is the second reason: money. Money. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, wealthy people around the world, especially that 1% who get away with everything, the Epstein class of billionaires and millionaires who exist out there to get rich off of people's plight, or, get rich off of people's misery and suffering, they don't care. They could care less. It's all about making money. And when all you think about is making money, you just miss everything, and any way you do it, that's called capitalism. Again, leads us back to two things: his narcissistic image, and yes, capitalism or money. And in this case, FIFA stands to make a lot of money. They're playing in Seattle tonight. They're going to have a lot of eyes on them. Mexico lost last night to England. So for a lot of people in the United States, especially, they are not going to have people to cheer for, right? Raza, for example, is more than likely to cheer for Mexico and another country than they are for the United States. That's just the way the statistics roll out. But if you can keep eyes up there, you can keep the advertising going. You can keep all these investors coming in, people spending thousands and thousands of dollars to just go see a game, right? He's gonna want that because it's all about the money, and it's all about investors and people who are putting money up for these crazy games to watch these crazy games. So at the end of the day, they don't care about people. They don't care about rules. They don't care about being honest and respectful or anything, or having values or principles. All they care is about the money. And now, again, a capitalist, they want more, and they want more consumers, right? And that's something a lot of people say, well, I want to be a billionaire, I want to be a millionaire, all that. Well, unfortunately, most of us are not going to be billionaires or millionaires. Most of the people that are going to make money off of these games are vendors, people who Donald Trump specifically wants to deport. People who, if ICE goes out there, some of them are going to get deported because they are not here legally, or others who are here legally are still going to get harassed or deported. And I bring that up because along with capitalism, capitalism needs a way to enforce its rules for the rich, getting rid of those they don't want, but at the same time keeping those that they do. In this case, going back to this black player, Balagon, who is a Nigerian originally from Africa. His mother and his parents are. Uh, tells you all you need to know is when they make exceptions for people of color, for women, for whatever. It's not because they care about anybody. They don't care because you're African, black, or a woman, or brown, or they don't care who you, any of that. All they care is about the money. And capitalism, unfortunately, has no principles, no values. Competition for one cutthroat competition is part of their principle they stand on. But healthy competition is good. Here in this case, it's not healthy because, unfortunately, with some of the vendors who would like to be there selling their stuff or doing that, they weren't even allowed to do that. So it's not even healthy competition. So don't be fooled. Donald Trump is a narcissist, number one. And Donald Trump, number two, all he cares about is money, number two. That's all they care about. I mean, if you're not certain, if you haven't heard yet, this fool and his family, they have all made money while he's in office, like outright in the open. They don't care who knows or who hears about the money, they have no shame. These are grifters. I'm gonna do a whole thing on grifters, but these are grifters. That means somebody who goes around and is an opportunist who wants to make money, wants to cash in. Could be the death of somebody, and they'll put up a fake, GoFundMe or a fake car wash to cash in on somebody's death. They want to cash in on a tragic natural disaster like in Venezuela or someplace where people are drowning, and they'll cash in on that, right? These are grifters who make T-shirts when somebody dies. A lot of times, grifters have no values, no principles. All they care is about the money, and so that's what the Trump family is. That's what Trump is, and I mentioned a while back. We don't look at petty things here, and so I want you guys to understand this is not petty. FIFA is not petty. Soccer is not petty. It's a worldwide thing. And especially when it involves people and money and lives, this is a big deal because at the end of the world shows how sick this world is that Donald Trump can pick up the phone, threaten somebody, or remind them, hey, and they're both in the same company or Epstein class of billionaires and millionaires, right? So it's more than just a game going on tonight. It's more than just a game going on until they get to the final game. It's a moneymaker, and it's a man who is stuck on his own image, a man who is narcissist, just like Adolf Hitler and Mussolini was. They could care less about the people. Say what you want about the Chinese Communist government or Cuba, they care about their people. Say what you want, even of past governments, including Russia under Stalin, uh, they cared about their people. Big difference there, right? A lot of these African countries, they are very poor. If FIFA truly wanted to do something, give money back to the African countries, though they deserve it because they're being sucked out of their resources, natural resources. And I would say good for those who are kicking out the French right now, the leaders in Burkina Faso and other countries who are literally telling the French to go kick rocks after all these years, where they've been stealing their uranium and all this other these resources. Mexico and Latin America. Wow, these people will continue to try to survive, but FIFA doesn't care. They just want that money. They don't want that money made off of people who paid all those ticket prices, who are watching the games, who are spending money. And so it's a money maker. And so it's more than just a soccer game. It's narcissism and fascism all tied in one man, and it's capitalism that is sick and killing people and could care less about the vast majority of people who, at this point, could have gotten healthcare for the whole world. We could have healthcare for the whole world, free healthcare. You want to take care of somebody, take care of the veterans who are out there, who you claim to care about, but you don't. They won't. We could do that, right? We could take care of even the people who are fleeing here to this country because of the problems in their country. You really could fund those countries and help those countries going with those natural resources, but we are wasting it. And all the food we throw away on a daily basis, not good. That's not good. When a society does that with food, when a society does that with the sickest population, when a society does that for the love of money and greed, and in this case, fascist, narcissist leaders like Donald Trump and corrupt leaders like the FIFA uh, head, then this is a sick society. And this is why I say we got to tear it down. We got to change it. We got to change it up. 250 years was just celebrated this Saturday. 250 years of what? Right? 250 years of what? And if we look back, it's sad because a lot of people sacrifice their lives thinking that this country was getting better, especially during the civil rights movement. And it's funny because white supremacists marched to the square in Washington this weekend, and the concerts that went on when the weather channels and the weather forecasters try to get everybody inside for safety because the stage is about to fall due to the wind, the rain, the storm. Guess where a lot of these same Trump supporters ran to? These racist Trump supporters, these MAGA racist Trump supporters. A lot of them ran into the African American Museum of Arts, to the Smithsonian, that if anything houses stuff that is historically, important, including brown beret memorabilia as well as Native American memorabilia that's been donated. So when we look at that, we need to think about how hypocritical this is. So with that, I just wanted to bring you that news. The game is tonight. If you're into soccer or football, some people are going to be cheering on for the United States. Somebody's going to be cheering on, I guess it's Belgium, right? We'll see what happens. But as of now, the United States under Donald Trump has interfered and cheated. The FIFA cheated to keep the United States in the game, in the hunt, because the United States has never won a World Cup. But to cheat, that doesn't help the United States. I would say reputation going forward. And for all those who don't pay attention to politics and all they care about is sports, well, welcome to reality. Now you know, right? Now you know. All right, I'm out here. Que viva la raza. All power to the people. I hope.